and welcome to our program.
At least we had music.
I wish we had music too, and it is one of those kind of moments that we all have from time to time. But I would like to welcome you to the In Wheel Time show from Studio A in Texas, USA. Coming up on this hour, we've got the new Car Showroom. It is the 2020 Nissan Kicks. The Nissan Kicks. You know, I'm thinking there's a breakfast cereal in that somewhere. We're going to give you an in-depth review. We've also got a couple of special guests we think you really enjoy. You'll also get this week's automotive news, Conrad's Car Clinic, and more just ahead on today's In Wheel Time Car Show for Saturday, October 31st. In case you've been living under a rock, it's Halloween, friends. Boo. Along with Mike out of this world, Mars, King Conrad DeLong, Jeff Zekin off camera, Don Armstrong here. Glad you could join us. And you say that we don't have our guest. We're working on that.
Give me 30 seconds.
Yep, we're working on it.
You've had plenty of seconds.
At my age, I need every second I can get.
Yeah, and those seconds are clicking off fast, aren't they? They are.
You know FCA CEO Mike Manley, right?
I have met Mike Manley.
Did you hear what they announced this week?
No.
They announced they are going to do an EV Ram truck.
Well, is that a surprise?
No, it's not a surprise, but, you know, when you look at Rivian, Ford announced the F-150, the Hummer EV out there, they're following suit, and they're going to bring a fully electric Ram truck out. Be interesting to see how that, what differentiates that from what everybody else is doing.
And there's several stories that are working this week about all of these different EV manufacturers, including trucks. And this is going to be kind of like the whole .com thing. And everybody's going to go, oh, ours is the best. Ours is the greatest. We got lots of money. Yeah, there will be some non-survivors. So my word to the wise is going to be make sure if you're going to go buy yourself an EV anything, that you buy it from somebody that you know is going to be around in 2 years, because you may wind up with one of those weird old vehicles that'll wind up in somebody's collection 20 years from now going, hey, they only made 50 of these. Look at me.
Yeah, like the Chevy S10 EV they made back in the 90s. You know what ran? You know what?
Any of those around?
Yeah, there's a couple of them still around. They were all fleet vehicles.
Whatever.
Now the EV1, or it was a show car called the Impact, which is just a bad name for a car, but
Okay.
they were all leased and they were all collected back.
Impact.
Except for like 5 or 6 of them, and actually Jay Leno still has one of them. I think just his relationship with General Motors, they let him keep it. So pretty interesting.
I wish. Can you go on his website and find out all the cars he's got?
Oh yeah, he's got a very detailed list and video of most all of the cars.
He's got some of probably one of the widest ranging collections of cars I've ever seen.
Yeah, he has that 55 Buick that's actually on a Corvette C6 chassis that he takes out and smokes people with. It's got a big block in it. Yeah, from steam to electric. Yeah. And my vote for the Ram electric Ram truck, they should call it the Ram Charger. Bring an old name back from the past, huh?
Ooh.
That'd be pretty cool.
Man, I like that. I like the sounds of that a lot.
Well, there is no sound to an electric vehicle.
There's really not. But there is some sound with our next guest.
All right. Well, we've spent a little bit of time giving Mars a chance to redeem himself. Let's see if it works.
So if you've got a car, and no matter whether it sits in the garage or it sits outside, chances are that if it's a car that you take to car shows, if you just, like me, doesn't have a place to put it indoors.
And you still want to protect it.
Yeah, you need a car cover. And I've had this one here for 2 years. Oddly enough, joining us right now is Tim Tiata, and he is with Sealskin Covers. Hi, Tim. How are you? Thanks for joining us.
Not a pleasure, guys. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
It's not a pleasure? Yeah, we've had people tell us that before.
Yeah, lots of times. So, Tim, I actually have a sealskin cover on my car out there.
Do you?
I do.
I didn't know that.
That's an actual sealskin that's on there, yeah. And the funny thing about it is, mine is an outdoor, obviously, and it kind of looks like sealskin. It's got that gray kind of a dull thing when it's out of water. But mine is, these things don't last forever. And let me tell you, mine's sitting underneath the tree. with huge rainstorms and everything else.
And your dog climbing up and sleeping on the hood of your Corvette underneath the sealskin cover.
And well, thank God I've got the sealskin cover. There's a story for your website. I'm going to get a picture of the dog on top of it. So, Tim, I wanted to talk to you today about the different kinds of car covers. And first of all, I want to start with something that I'm sure that you've heard more than once. Why do you not have mirror pockets on some of the car covers?
Definitely, guys. So when it comes to buying a car cover, there's probably three different things that you want to look at, right? The first is the use. Why do you need a car cover? Is it because of a lot of sun damage? Is it because you live in an area that has a lot of hail or maybe a lot of snow? Or is it, you know what I mean? So ultimately, you want to figure out why do you need a car cover? Second is the fabric that you're going to be using. And the last is the fit. So to answer your question, one of the reasons why we've engineered the mirror pockets out of our car covers is two reasons, actually. One is that's sort of the first pressure point where the cover actually starts to rip. So when the cover starts to take a beating, the first place it starts to tear, the first place it starts to stress is at the mirror pockets. And the second is the fit. So for us, we want. Our goal was to try to make the best car cover possible at the best price possible. That's sort of what our goal is. Because ultimately, when you, regardless of what car cover you buy, you mentioned, it's going to take a beating and you're going to start to see it wear down. So for us, when we were designing our car covers, we're like, okay, well, we're passionate about cars. We know that people want to protect their cars, but do they want to spend $300, $400, $500 on a car cover, or do they want to have a dependable car cover where when they see it completely beat up, they sort of envision, wow, that's the damage that my car could have taken. You know what I mean? So when I see my car cover totally beat up, torn, I'm almost proud of that, right? Because I'm like, wow. That's what was, you know what I mean? Like, I'm proud of the damage that my car cover takes because I feel like that's the damage that my vehicle could have been taking.
Absolutely, yeah. So, I mean, and they're not. Nothing lasts forever. Yeah, and, you know, here we go from 100-degree heat and total sunshine, where I can't even imagine what the temperature inside the car is.
To a hailstorm.
Well, we've had 2 hurricanes this year.
Yeah, 52 inches of rain.
Yeah. So we kind of pretty much see it all here. Granted, it doesn't sit under snow for 6 months out of the year, but it certainly gets its own fair share of wear and tear. And mine has got some holes in it, I will tell you that, back there where the tail lights are. Why, I don't know. Probably the squirrels have been eating at it or something. But whatever the case may be, yes, you're exactly right. And yes, I do have a couple of pieces of tape where it's actually poked through and you know, it's worn. It's got some old age marks on it. It's damaged goods like me.
But
it's doing its job.
But it protected your car, and that's the purpose of this.
Yeah, exactly. So let's start with the outdoors, because I think that those are the ones that really take the real bruising, the real beating, aren't they?
Yeah. So when it comes to the outdoors, there's probably 3 different fabrics that you guys want to look at, right? So if you want to go premium, the best possible fabric that you want to buy, it'll probably be a Sunbrella cover. So Sunbrella is a kind of fabric that is designed to really be the top. It's almost like the Cadillac or the Mercedes of fabrics when it comes to just a waterproof, breathable fabric. So you'll see a lot of boat covers, for example, being made from Sunbrella. Now, the sort of the issue with that, though, is you're looking at maybe a $300, $400, $500 cover, depending on the fit, right? Because here's what we realized when we started Sealskin, there was really only 2 options that people had when it came to covers. You either had a fully custom cover or you had the universal one-size-fits-all cover, right? And so what people did is when it came to a fully custom cover, you'll start to see the fabric or the quality fabric come down where the fit improves, right? Because people are selling the fit, and so it's like, oh, here's a fully custom cover, and you're thinking like, okay, I'm getting a great cover. Turns out maybe it's a great fit, but then the fabric isn't so hot. Then you have a universal one-size-fits-all cover. You have a situation where you're like, okay, well, you know, I'm going to try to get a better fabric, but then it's like a one-size-fits-all kind of fabric. And so what we're trying to say is basically Sunbrella ends up being the best quality fabric, but it's a very expensive cover. And a lot of times you can end up getting a Sunbrella cover with a really terrible fit in an attempt to bring down the price of the cover. The second would be a polypurethane, which is like an oil-based kind of fabric. That's sort of the go-to when it comes to car covers. It's a solid fabric. It's waterproof. It's tough. It's durable. Tends to dry out though in the sun, so you have a situation where in the rain and in the snow and hail does a really great job. But if you live in an area that is like Arizona, maybe Florida, and you really don't get much rain at all, it's just a lot of sun, it'll tend to dry it out and it starts to crack a little. And then the last would be a polyester. So polyester is sort of in the middle. It's probably the go-to when it comes to a car cover. Why? Because you get the toughness. You get the waterproof, the tough, the durability of, let's say, like a polypurethane, but then you also get the sun resistance that you might get from a umbrella. So it ends up being sort of like the best bang for your buck when it comes to a car cover, a polyester fabric.
So what does sealskin have?
So sealskin has both. So we have polypurethane and we have polyester covers.
So which one do you recommend that Don Armstrong gets?
So our best car cover is a polyester cover. I mean, you get a car cover that is basically as versatile as can be. So whether you live in an area where there's a lot of sun or an area where there's a lot of rain, you get a car cover that's going to be able to deal with both. And it's for us, one of the things that we know we factor in, and it's something that customers should be looking at as well, is who you buy and the service that you get from your buying, because your car cover is going to get destroyed. I mean, that's its job, is to take a beating for your car. And so you want to make sure that the warranties and the stuff are in place so that you're ultimately getting the best value. So for us, we look at it like this. We're like, okay, well, we're going to design a cover that's the best fit possible, the best price possible, the best fabric possible at the best price possible, ultimately the best value proposition. So let's also bring in a warranty. So we have a 10-year warranty where ultimately it looks like you end up getting 2 covers for the price of 1, right? So you get a cover, and if anything ever happens to that cover, you get a brand new cover. And so when we compare our value proposition to our competitors, you end up getting pretty much the best deal possible.
So it's not just the cover; it's the company that stands behind the cover as well.
It is, because your cover is going to get beat up. So if you're going to be sitting there and you're going to think like, oh well, I'm going to get the best cover possible. 3 years from now, 4 years from now, 5 years from now, 6 years from now, your cover is going to be looking like it went through a tornado. And so, are you going to be? Ultimately, you want to be able to deal with a cover or have purchased from a cover that's going to be helping you during that situation.
Tim, I want you to stay with us because we're going to talk about indoor covers and the difference between those in just a second, okay? Stay with us. This is the In Wheel Time Car Show. Back in 60 seconds.
First, I hold my hands out like they're on a steering wheel. Then I look over my shoulder. 1, okay, cool guy. 2, 3 times. Next, I put it in reverse. Meep, meep, meep. Then I take it up and down, up and down. And that, kiddos, is called the forklift.
Dance like a dad. It's a great way to make a moment with your kids.
Now that's dancing. Sure beats flossing.
Visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
As America gets back on the road, a lot of things have changed, but not the need for drivers to be safe. With that in mind, it's time to review our safe driving checklist. First, you're in your car.
Check.
You're sober.
Check.
You're wearing your seatbelt.
Check.
Your phone is put away.
Check.
Great. Make sure you follow the speed limit. And remember, law enforcement is enforcing traffic safety laws in our community to save lives. Paid for by NHTSA.
Hey, welcome back to the In Wheel Time Car Show. We really appreciate you joining us. It is Halloween. Happy Halloween, Boo.
Boo. Happy birthday to my son. Happy birthday to him.
Was he born on Halloween?
Yes, sir.
How'd that work out?
Scary.
It was scary. Yeah. All right. With us, joining us is Tim Tiata, and he is with Sealskin Covers. Thanks for hanging in there with us, Tim. So I want to talk about indoor covers. What's the difference between the different levels of indoor covers? Because I know there's more than one.
So there is. So really there's 2 most popular indoor covers. If you are looking for an indoor cover because maybe you're working on your car and there's going to be a lot of oil or dirt or anything like that, you probably want to go with just like a simple 1-layer polyester cover. That way, it's affordable cover. It's a solid fit. You can beat it up. It can get dirty. It's totally fine. If you have a car that you're not working on, but you're just sort of storing inside, you want to really just protect it. You probably want to go one of those satin elastic covers. You'll see them. They look like almost like leggings for
yoga pants.
Yeah, they look like yoga pants. Yeah, so those are.
Conrad knows about yoga pants because he's wearing them right now, and you just can't see it, Tim.
Fortunately.
Hey, believe me, you don't want to.
Yeah, he was excited. He's like, yoga pants.
Yeah, exactly.
So yes, they're like sort of like yoga pants for your car, and so ultimately, you get good protection for your car, whether it's like dust, and they're breathable as well, so they prevent any mold or mildew. But they tend to be pricey. They're not the kind of car cover you want to be throwing on your car if you're working on your car.
Now I got a show car, and I'm extra careful about my show car. It's worth $250,000. What do I get?
Yeah, I would probably go with that elastic yoga pants for your car. I would probably go with that. If you have a show car, and
you're gonna change the name of it, aren't you? You're gonna call it Yoga Pants Car Cover.
Well,
I would probably do that.
Yeah.
Well, you've talked a couple of times about how important fit is. Now, I've got some different brand yoga pants cover for my Rally 350, and in their list of tell them what it is and the components of the car, I listed the factory rear wing on it. The cover that showed up doesn't deal with the factory rear wing, and what it does is it pulls real tight as I put the cover on. So when you talk about fit, as you were talking about with the sealskin cover, I was really understanding how important fit is, because those kind of stresses on the cover over time are going to cause damage to it as well.
For sure. No, definitely. So things like a lot of obviously a car is, people love their cars, and a lot of people will customize their cars, aftermarket wings, all kinds of things. So you want to make sure that whoever you purchase, you let them know, so they'll make a slight adjustment for those kinds of additions or those kinds of features on your vehicle. Yeah, I mean, it depends on the fit. If you can have a fully custom car cover where like it's made specifically for that model, there's a price to pay, and ultimately for a lot of car owners, it's not worth it. Now, one of those satin elastic car covers, it tends to adjust really well and fit around those situations because they're a little bit more elastic. Yes, does it create stress points around? It does, but they definitely do a better job of, let's just say, like a standard like polyurethane or like a polyester cover, which is less elastic. There tend to be more workhorse covers more so than covers that are form-fitting.
They're like a loose pair of underpants, kind of like boxers.
Exactly.
I don't think he wants to change the name of his covers to a loose pair of underpants.
we went from yoga pants to boxers.
Well, he started it over there. I didn't. Yeah, but yoga pants make sense because with the rear wing on mine, it's got a big rear end,
and it's got a little bit of flex in it to fit and cover it.
How would you know, Mr. Mars?
I'm trying to get this out.
I'm adjusting.
Yeah, he's adjusting his underpants while we speak. Tim, pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
So what do you estimate the average life of? We talked about outdoor covers and the stresses they have. An indoor cover, my indoor cover, it's not in an air-conditioned garage. But what would you estimate a yoga pants cover? A lifespan of it, what can I assume it to be?
I would say any cover that goes past 5 years is a win. Yeah,
okay.
I mean, like in terms of your original car cover, anything past 5 years, you're really winning there. Now, depending on the warranty and the return policies, you can a lot of companies or some companies they have like prorated warranties. So like the longer you go, the less your warranty is worth. So say like, okay, well, you know what? You've had your car cover for 7 years, so now we'll warranty only 20% of your car cover.
Yeah.
But anything over 5 years, you're really winning, and especially if you have a fully warranted cover where you can get a brand new one, taking it to 10 years. I mean, if you can get a brand new car, and after owning it for 5 years and putting 100,000 miles on it,
the paint's destroyed.
People are like, you have an old car. Most people don't say like, hey, my car is 5 years old and it's a brand new car. Usually, I mean, we're not talking about collectibles or anything like that.
Right.
You go out there and you buy a car or you lease a car. 3 years is sort of standard lease. After 5 years, people think you drive an old car. I mean, so if your car cover can go from up to past 5 years, you're winning. If you've got a warranty policy that takes you to 10 years, you're doing a great job.
Plus, how it protects the paint on the vehicle is worth the small amount of money you spend on a cover. You know, that cost ratio balance is.
You have no idea. I mean, one of my dream cars is a BMW M5. I buy this car. Within 3 weeks later, there's bird poop on it. I'm like, okay, fine. I'm going to clean it tomorrow. No, tomorrow. Turns out the sun beating down on the bird poop burns through the paint. I literally, like, within a month of purchasing my car. And if you think I make car covers, so how disappointed was I in myself of being lazy and not taking care of that? It literally cost me I think it was maybe $1,800 to fix the.
Nice. Way to go, Tim.
And you've since cut all the trees down around your driveway so the birds won't sit up there.
So, Tim, where do you make your car covers?
So we design our car covers here in the United States, but we do manufacture the car covers overseas. So here's the challenge, guys, right? So ultimately, would we love to make our car covers in America? We would, you know what I mean? But there's this challenge of how do we create a balance of building the best quality cover at the best price possible? And so up until now, that's been China. You know, you see everything that, whether it's Walmart or everything is made in China. So for us, it's this is the first time that in the past, I would say 2-3 years, we're slowly starting to bring things back. Because I guess the environment's sort of changing a little bit.
A lot.
There's incentives in place where it's making it possible. So we're excited about that. And so what we've been doing is we've been slowly starting to bring some of our car covers manufacturing. And we've been doing some of our manufacturing in New Jersey. But ultimately, 99% of the car covers are made overseas right now. The hot spots are China. There's Indonesia, Philippines. There's some car covers being made in Argentina and Brazil as well. That's sort of the landscape when it comes to car covers.
And that's all kind of driven by cost of labor. Ultimately, material.
Yeah, material is material, and it's just the cost of labor. Yeah, I mean, for us, it used to be, if you want a solid car cover with a solid fit and made in the United States, you'd be paying anywhere from $300 to $500. If you wanted the same exact car cover in terms of same fit, same quality of protection, maybe it's $150 car cover. So, that's been the challenge because ultimately our goal is how do we create a brand that represents the best quality, the best price possible, and it's juggling sort of. How do we do that? And that's sort of been our goal. Now we're always gonna stay true to that though, because more than anything, we're passionate about cars. I mean, that's just the bottom line. So more than anything, cars is what we're passionate about. And so we're going to do whatever it takes to design the best car cover, manufacture the best car cover at the best price possible.
What's the website, Tim?
SealSkinCovers.com, www.sealskincovers.com. If anybody's interested, you can go on there. We were actually talking about potentially, maybe in the future, giving away some free car covers to your audiences as well. Maybe we could do that. Maybe we could do that sometime as well.
They're calling in right now.
Sounds good.
We
Tim,
get close to Christmas and we'll hit you up.
Tim, thanks so much for joining us today. We really appreciate it. Tim Tiata, he's with Sealskin Car Covers. Coming up, we're going to have a car review right after a quick break. So we invite you to stay with us here on the In Wheel Time Car Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived in Philadelphia. Local time is 3:05 p.m. and the temperature is 67 degrees. At this time, you are now free to use your cellular devices.
You know that feeling when you get to turn your phone on after the plane lands? You can have that feeling every time you drive. Make sure your cell phone is stowed away whenever you are behind the wheel.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Texas Truck Works is your go-to truck customizer. From mild-to-wild lift kits, custom wheels, and steering and handling enhancements to the best personal and commercial wraps, Texas Truck Works delivers. Let Texas Truck Works founder Scott Stevens help you get the most out of your truck or Jeep. Texas Truck Works has decades of customizing experience, including power adders and complete engine swaps. Let the Texas Truck Works team design an upgrade plan that fits your budget. Get truck attitude today at TexasTruckWorks.com.
Welcome back to the In Wheel Time Car Show. Time now for this hour's car review. Mr. Morris had a chance to drive or eat the Nissan Kicks.
Kicks keep getting harder to get, but not necessarily if you're with Nissan. This is one of their newer compact SUV CUVs, and it comes in 3 front-wheel drive versions. There's no all-wheel drive at this point. You can get an S, an SV, or an SR. Now, we happen to have the SR CVT, meaning it had the CVT transmission. And when you look at this vehicle, you're going to look at it, you're going to see you got the V-Motion front grille up front, like a lot of the Nissans have, kind of their standard. And it's got the LED headlights. This one happened to have fog lights on it. It had the chrome accents as far as the chrome rails across the top. We had the floating roof design, as you can see in the picture. It's got that kind of a white deal, and it's supposed to kind of make it look like it blends in, and it just kind of gives the vehicle a different look to it. The C-pillar, you see that it's got a black section on it and a finish that blends into the rear window. It kind of changes the whole style and the way the vehicle looks as compared to some of the others. Now, we also had the rear roof spoiler and the 17-inch alloy wheels. Now, when you get to the inside of this vehicle, we had the Permatex seating surfaces, so the front seats were heated, and the rear folding seat is a 60/40, and it'll fold down. And one of the cool things is they've got heating ducts out of the front, up underneath the front seats to the rear passenger area for, to keep it kind of warm. We had the optional 7-inch touchscreen in the center stack, and we also had the optional 7-inch driver display over there. So we had a lot of room to see all the things going on with the vehicle. Interior ambient lighting was real nice, and the Bose audio in this vehicle was really cool. And, of course, we had a cargo tonneau cover in the back to kind of keep things out of sight, out of mind whenever you're out shopping. Now, under the hood, you're going to find it's a 1.6-liter inline-4, 122 horsepower, 114 pound-feet of torque with the Xtronic CVT transmission behind it. Now, the EPA says that should give you up about 31 miles per gallon in the city, Highway 36, combined 33. I easily got 32 in the week I was driving this thing. But I will tell you that 122 horses around town is very zippy, taking kids to school, picking up the grandkids, whatever you're going to do, go in the grocery store, great. Out on the highway, in Texas highway speeds, you want to pass somebody that, you're out here, you're doing 75 miles an hour and you want to get around somebody, that 122 leaves a little bit to be desired. But it's not really designed for that vehicle because of the size of it, and it's more of a, it's a around town type of vehicle. So it's city cool with a firm ride on it. That short wheelbase out on the highway kind of stiffens things up. But around town, that's really part of what makes it real agile. Now, if you're looking for something to compare it to, you're going to look at possibly the Honda HR-V that starts at $20,920. The Hyundai Kona, one of their newer vehicles, at $30,300. Or maybe even the Mazda CX-3 that starts at $20,640. Now, a Base X Kicks, now this is the bottom line, $19,070. Step up a notch to the SV, starts at $20,700. The SR that we were in starts at $21,320. We had some options added to it, like Apple CarPlay and Android was an option that was added to this vehicle. $26,430 was the MSRP is driven out for a neat little compact SUV.
All right. Thank you, sir. The In Wheel Time Car Show streams on Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher Radio, iHeart Podcasts, TuneIn, Google.
Spit it out.
That'd be Booble Podcast and Podcast Addict. Did you like it?
Yes, Booble.
The In Wheel Time Car Show continues right after this quick break.